Good evening, guys. Good evening. Comments below where you watching me from. Sorry, I have a cold, guys. Anik, Miss Banamatipa will be your host for today. Comments below, guys. Where are you watching us from? Welcome, guys. Moiseni. Good evening, Titus. How are you? Mwewa Mwande, long time. How are you, my son? Good to see you, Mwewa. It's Sarah once I see you. Chitalandola, welcome. Follow, like, share, guys. Follow, like, share. Welcome, guys. Follow, like, share. Follow, like, share. Mwewa, I'm good. It's finished. Mama Machipa, the floor is yours.
What's happening?
Welcome. Waiseni.
Enkwai.
Mulishani. Don't zoom too much. Okay, no zoom, eh? With Zoom, we can have more people, so we just stick to Facebook.
All right.
The floor is yours, my brother, if you have a comment to say. Welcome, Waisen. Sarah Mwansa, we see you, Sarah, we see you guys. Mwewa, we see you. Mwewa, even Boa, we see you, Eunice, Suzio, thank you guys. Chombata Tongo, Abena Luwingu. Good to see you guys. I get happy when I see the location. Abena Luwingu Mwaiseni. Kulidia Shilelo, we are talking about the Zambian judiciary. If you followed me yesterday, there was a hot topic yesterday. I did a repost. Nalisa Wulaka picture. Aka to salad from one side. So I took a picture from one side. Aka to Pamela. So apparently by youth, na benika to Pamela, ni to Bally. You know, so I just took that picture of to Pamela and I reposted, and oh my God, Bally attack. I was so much attacked by these praise worshippers. I didn't even create that picture to Pamela. Naponga no to Bally. I didn't create that picture to Bally. I just reposted the picture of Bally. But you know that post, it has over 237 comments. And people were attacking me. Go on my page, guys. So I took somebody took a screenshot of Pamela and says Bally cooking oil now on sale at every home of praise singers. Bally now chalo cha Zambia. So I just took this and I posted it. I was attacked yesterday. They are still attacking me. They are still attacking me, guys. Just because I posted a picture. wapangire picture ina chisefe repost. Naisachita post naisachita repost ka picture katu Bally. Elo manchita attack atambita narefa enchito. Some I blocked a lot of people yesterday because of that picture, guys. Kavieni muimone. Go and see the post on my page about to Bally. So to Pamela not to change shina no, but to Bally. But I got so much attacked yesterday. I spent the whole day reading comments, answering them, and blocking a lot of people. Some people were insulting me. I was just blocking and replying. So just to say a little bit about this to Bally thing. To Bally, ishina nadi chinja. You know, me, I just made a comment to Kwebati. The weapon you use to destroy others will also be used to destroy you. That's what I said. You know, talking about this to Bally. My comment, I just took that post from some page and I said the weapon you form to kill other people or to destroy other people will be used against you. Now you remember Bally wula to Pamela. During campaign time, Bally was using to Bally to campaign, right? He said defeat up of yourself. So we are going almost to 2 years. People now, it's so bad. Economically, it is so bad in the country. So I just take a picture from some page and post it on my page where people are calling to Pamela, to Bally. I am a victim. I'm bitter, you know. Comments. Papa. I have a comment here who said no president will bring food on a table. Even there, people talk negative things against their president. So for me, my concern is, as Zambians, why can't we hold our leaders accountable? Even not even our leader, generally in life, the way you live your life, you know, the way you live your life. If someone promises you to say, I'll do A, B, C, D, is it wrong for you to hold that person accountable to that promise? Is it wrong? So these praise singers or worshippers, whatever they call themselves, they are also a victim of this lie, I'll call it. Because in the campaign, those two Pamelas, now to Bally, were being used to say, Fika Pwefi, Mukopa, no more Pamela, how can our country be how can our country be so much impoverished? To tell you the truth, Inelo Nalekula to Pamela was for single people. I don't know about single people, but I don't even know who used Pamela really. It's like you just want maybe before your payday you buy a Pamela. To allege tama 5 liters, to allege tama 2.5. That's how we grew up. A family, takwali family yalisha survive on Pamela or to Bally. No family was surviving on to Bally. So for you worshippers, praise singers, me, I just posted a post to say, Moneni, to Bally, to Pamela, no bana to aluka to Bally, mambo kulanjeba ulati ine I am bitter. I am sorry. These politics are different. Guys, I'm a politics chinja nomba because everything is on social media. You can't lie to people. People now will hold you accountable. And the other shocking thing that I want you, that is on the internet, is that 53% of the Zambians, they are under 17 years of age. Just think about that. So 9 million of the Zambian population, 9 point something, they are under 53 years, they are under 17 years of age. Meaning, the few people who are under 40, who are 40 years and above, they are a minority. They are maybe 20 or 30%. These are the people in government, and these are the people disadvantaging our young people. So people like me and Mama Matipa, if we don't speak up for these young people will continue to be oppressed. Because in Zambia, go and read about it online. It is saying Zambia is one of the youngest countries with a young population in the whole world. So in government, we need people like Mama Matipa and me and all of you who are watching here to come together and help the young Zambians, because we are being told, they are under 17 years. So which means they don't have jobs. They are not even in politics. They can't even speak like we are speaking here. I'm speaking for those people. Because the way things are happening, if we keep quiet, those people, by the time they reach my age, our children who are 17 years, by the time they are my age, Zambia will be sold at the trajectory which is happening. Because even the few people who are in their 30 years and 40 years who are patriotic, they are being shut up. There are so many comments here to say, Madam, I can't say anything. They are intimidating me. They don't want me to talk. We will not be talking if there is medicine in the hospitals. We will not be talking if you are making decisions to promote Zambians. We will not be talking if you are giving licenses to Zambians as you promised. But you are busy empowering foreigners, giving them licenses for mining, for timber. Look at fertilizer scandal. Fertilizer. Has Zambia ever been at that level? And you who are saying give them time, we don't have time. Zambia hasn't been independent for 58 years. So that for people to get richer while the voters get poorer. No. Zambia. So that is just an introduction, guys. Welcome, my brother. Mama Nick, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Good evening.
Go ahead, my brother. Yeah.
Okay.
No, let Mama continue. I just want to listen so that I catch up. This is when I've just joined.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Queen Mpumi. Thank you for those introductory remarks. As usual, we are here to give credible checks and balances. Where we see that our government is going astray, we have the right as citizens to participate in the affairs of this country. And we are not looking just for faults in them. Where they have done credible work, we are here to give a thumbs up. And please kindly remember that we are not haters, you know, for the current government. Well, you know, everybody campaigns for a political party of their choice. And those who campaigned for the political party that is currently reigning, they expect they campaigned for them based on their campaign promises. And one thing about the stomach cannot wait for anybody. It can't wait. You know, you are hungry today, you don't eat today, you will die tomorrow. I said it on the last program. when will the time be okay for the citizens of this country to criticize? Should we wait now until the government now tells us, Zambians, the floor is open, you can now criticize? Is that what you are telling us to do? I think criticism, praises are ongoing from the day you take over government. People will criticize, people will credit you for what you have done. It's an ongoing thing. It has no time like on your marks, get steady, go. No, there's nothing like that. Those people who will die as we are waiting to give you time, will you then go and wake them up and say, now the country is okay, can you wake up? No, people would have already lost their loved ones, you know. Now they can't. I've got feedback.
Yes, sorry. Go ahead.
So for me, I hate to use this word, but today I'll use it to say fellow countrymen and women. I know it's politicians always use that word, but all the same, you know, we are citizens and we need to voice out. The power of your voice is what is going to make the government change where they are lacking. If we
Madam, quick contribution. So Christine Munkombwe says, but for sure, those Pamelas and Tukukingo have always been there. It is not HH who brought them. That's where you are missing the point. We didn't say HH brought them, but HH was using Pamela to campaign to say, fika poa, you know? HH was saying, fika poa. Say, how can a country be surviving on kupimisha? Mamona, all of us will remember that. That's what HH was saying. So now people are saying, we are going 2 years since you came into power, but no, but the situation is worse than you found it. So they are calling it to Pamela. They have just changed their name. We are not disagreeing that to Pamela was not there. Pamela was always there. But Bally used the Pamela to campaign. And they say, when I come into power 14 hours, he made all those promises, which haven't happened up to now. Including to Pamela to say, to Pamela, to Kapwa. We are not saying he brought them, but he said we will not see Pamelas anymore. So now we are seeing more Pamelas than before when he came. So that's why the name has changed to Pamela. Some are calling it to BMW. Some are calling it to Fixer. You have to move with time. Go ahead, Mama.
Thank you, Queen Mpumi. Please kindly forgive that lady. Maybe she was out of Zambia when HH was riding on these to Pamela, or maybe she has just been told about them. But thank you for clarifying that. You see, when these politicians, when they are campaigning, they run on the failures of other governments.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So he rode on the failures of the previous government. And then again, you know, to be in opposition as opposed to running a country are two different things. It is very easy to criticize, extremely easy to criticize. Even for us here, it's very easy to criticize. And so sometimes when you make a promise to people, honor those promises. Either if you cannot honor them, do not trivialize, you know, or other people's efforts. People are now complaining that they cannot even see to Pamela now. They cannot even afford those little sachets of cooking oil now. Before they could afford those little sachets, now they are not able to access them. They have no money. There is just no money in circulation at all. The other day, I was so irritated with somebody who said to me, you know what? If only these people who were in the previous administration can give back their stolen money, there will be a lot of money in circulation. Now, kindly hear me correctly. Those, whether they were 20 high-ranking politicians, can hold 18 million of Zambia's population to ransom. How much money are they hiding that can feed this entire country? You tell me. How much money are they hiding? It's the question. If you tell me the money that they are hiding can, if released, is going to feed this entire country for the next 5 years, then it's okay, you know. But then again, you are coming and saying the previous government overborrowed. They overborrowed. So they overborrowed to take that money and hide it. All that money, you know. It doesn't balance up, you know. It really doesn't balance out. And you know, when I would like to advise African politicians, do not trivialize yourselves when you are campaigning. Don't. Campaign on good, positive vibes, you know. Don't come and trivialize. Again, I'll say it again. It looks like the current government were not ready to govern this country. You are in opposition, you have tried to govern the country 5 times and you are still not ready? No. And then you want to play a blame game? People are simply tired of listening to this blame game. How long are we going to talk about the blame game? Okay, so you blame, and other people who never even voted for the previous regime should suffer? Provide solutions. That's why the Zambians voted for you. That's why you got the same 2.8, because they believed in you, you know. They believed in you. So don't take the Zambians for granted. I will say the Zambians these days, they don't talk. They will only speak to you in the ballot box, period. They don't talk. They are fed up. If they talk and talk and talk and nothing happens, come 2026, whether it will be in August or September, they'll answer you, you know. So continue defending, continue praising, you know. Last time we said, if you want to praise, go to church. Maybe there in church, they will give you to Pamela's, you know. But, you know, when someone is preaching to you that things will be better, or preaching the word of God to you all the time, good things, do not look at that person as God. Don't look at him as God. Because everyone is capable of preaching what satisfies them. You know, what satisfies them is what they go on and preach, and they'll propound on that, whether true or lies. Even men of God do that. These papas, they come and preach to you, and you look to them as though you are listening to God. No, everybody is capable of lying. So am I. I'm also capable of lying, so that I can earn more votes. I'm capable of lying wherever I stand. And the way I lie will determine how people will vote for me, you know. So we are talking here about current affairs. Queen Bumi, I don't know if you have addressed the issue of Mr. Ndambo.
No. So actually, Mr. Ndambo, we all know I received a lot of comments to say, Madam, Mr. Ndambo has withdrawn. So I don't even know what to say, because I'm equally shocked. Like, people who are trying to help, they are being frustrated. So why all this time that Mr. Ndambo has been in Zambia for so many years doing business among other countries, but now it is prudent for them to investigate him? Why? This is our question. Why? And I also want to say that this new dawn game of blame game, you know, cat and mouse politics of always pointing at PF, it is, people are just losing more respect of you by you done, because Zambia has changed government many times. When you take over power, you move forward, you don't keep looking back. So the fact that this government keeps looking back, it means we are getting nowhere. They had no plan. Because if they had a plan, they would just shut their ears and focus on delivering results. But this government keep looking back. They have turned into salt. Bally Lot's wife. This government have become Lot's wife. And they have joined politics at a time when politics is on a different level, is on social media, meaning information is traveling in real time. The politics election time now. But now news is being delivered as we speak. So, but President Barelanda, eventually finishes talking, they clip his video and circulate it. There's a video going around where the president was saying that he built that Kazungula bridge. They clipped that video and it's circulating. And you see the comments that are going there. Our current president is on record. There's a video circulating where he's saying that his government built Kazungula bridge. So I am just like, oh my God. Like what is going in and what, like, you know what, moving forward, any government that will have to come, any government, including this new dawn, they still have 2 years and 2.5 years. Let them clean up their act. Let them clean up their act if they are listening. No one is decampaigning you. You are decampaigning yourselves. Don't come on my page and start telling me you were a diehard. Let me comment on this, because people are telling me you were a diehard UPND. What happened? What happened was I supported their vision. But now when they're in that office for 1 year, 6 months, I don't support what they are doing. And that is my freedom of choice, of affiliation and speech. This government moving forward, they must be transparent, honest, accountable, and integrity. If anything happens, they come to the people and explain. People will understand, but they're just being mute. And I heard something to say, Bank of Zambia, they are making and they are keeping money to bring the kwacha down. I don't know, somebody, you can explain to me. There's an article where it's saying this gain of the kwacha is artificial, because they are saying that the Bank of Zambia is keeping money in order to reduce the value of the kwacha against the dollar. So that's why maybe it could be a reason. I don't know. I'm not a financial person, but somebody wrote an article to say we have shortage of money in the country because Bank of Zambia is making an artificial holding of whatever they are doing so that the kwacha is showing to be stabilizing. But now, that's
yeah. Just sorry, could you just tell again, just repeat that whoever wants to join the program should follow your link, and that's when you can add them, because I see a lot of people wanting to be part of the program. Thank you.
Okay, viewers, so if you want to join, you have to follow my page, and then restart your phone, and then come back on. I can see you in the queue and add you. Now, some of the people want to join because a lot of people, they have fake names and they write stupid things on my page. I block them. So what Facebook has done, if I have blocked you on my page, even if you change my name, your name, Facebook can tell your account, so I can never add you. That's what it is. So a lot of people have been trying to join, but they can't. They wrote something which I blocked them, and the Facebook, even if you create a new account, they will not let you to be my friend or to come here and speak. So careful what you write. Me, I will not answer you. I will not go to start a church and I want to I have no time for that. If you write anything stupid or any bitter thing about demeaning me or disrespecting me, I just block you. and go to the page where you like what they're sharing. Thank you.
Good evening once again, Madam Pumi.
Good evening.
Madam Matpa, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, so kind. I've been following. Hello. Okay. Sorry so much. Thank you so much. I've been following what the conversation is, and my contribution is we need at least, I have heard, Madam, you have said, no, you have been a supportive person to the new Don government since from the reception. So where you see they are not doing very well, as you have narrated, there is the issue of fertilizer, there is the issue of medications, and many more. I think you are the best person also to contribute the way you started contributing, so that we see how the best thing they can work and the government of the day. Me, to my own understanding and how I see things, I see to say, no, the president mean well, but a little bit, the people who he has appointed in these authorities, some of them, they don't know their duties. So it can take only you and me and Madam there to advise. When they are not getting that advice, then you can say, no, I think this government is not a listening government. But we need to give him time, and he has to make some stiff decision to reshuffle some ministers, because others, they are not working very well. Yeah, I can get a practical example. Minister of Labor is not doing much on the ground, because when the government changes, we expect the Minister of Labor to make some changes to that department, especially when we have seen there are a lot of people, at least also they have to come up with some certain changes. Also, other departmental, which I can mention. Yeah, so to me, we need to advise the president. You are there, you have been there, as you said it earlier on, and it's not just a matter of praising, as you said it. We need to see where they are erring, where they are making errors, and we say, no, there we have to do ABC. But so this is the thing which I can contribute. So and other thing is about Mr. Ndumbo. I don't know if it is Ndumbo. It's very unfortunately, that's why sometimes when I sit down and think, I do wonder where humanity is. We pretend to be Christians sometimes, but we are no longer. We just pretend to be Christian, but we are not Christians. Our evil minds, we don't see our own going forward. We just want to pull one another down. And it is very unfortunate. That man, at least he helped many young ones in a lot of different fields. And we need such kind of people in our society, in this country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mama Nick, before you coming. So, you know, I just thought of something on Mr. Ndambo. It's like this man is a private businessman. He has never stolen any government money or public fund. And then you start investigating him to a point where he withdraws. Then you have these people, PF, who have cases hanging on their heads for public funds, and those cases have been dismissed. So, as a country, what kind of people are we? Like, really? We are busy investigating a private person who is helping charity, giving to charity, We investigate him to a point where he withdraws. And then we have all these leaders in PF who did all kinds of things, scandals, and these scandals have even been dismissed. Some have not even been touched. It's like, is this government really for the people or against the people? Go ahead, Mama.
Thank you, Queen Mpumi. I just wish to respond to the previous speaker. He talked about, if we see the current government not performing to our expectations, we just need to advise. I would like to ask him, what type of advice is the new government going to get if we try and advise, all we are told is Fimba Upoke? You mean you never watched our program where we talked so much about Fimba Upoke, Murenya Murera Pila? Nobody can complain. You are told to shut up. That's what the Zambians have been told. We addressed that so much. So right now, there's no advice we can give them. We would like this current government to tell us. Someone on this program, can you please tell me why the current government has given tax holiday to the Americans? Sorry, there's a bit of noise.
I took him out.
Kindly, I'm waiting for someone to give me a reason why our government has given tax holidays to these people who are coming to come and dig in our ground and take out the minerals for literally nothing and not pay tax. But then you are following a small person in Kabwata who's got a small home, and you want that person to pay you rates. Is it fair to open that?
Yes.
You know?
From there, they're exporting in power. They're exporting power to 4 other countries at the expense of Zambians.
Is it payback money to these Vamuisa because they helped you with money during your campaign time? If it is, kindly tell us. Why give tax holidays? You were criticizing your friends that were there before you. And then you go back and just reward people who pumped in money. I'm asking. Tell us what it is. You go and you investigate a simple man who means well. He was born in Choma. He wants to give back to the society that he came from with his own money. And now you start investigating him for money laundering. Zambians need an explanation because you frustrated that man and you are sugarcoating. You are sugarcoating. Why can't you tell us why you halted the development that he was doing in Choma? We need an explanation. Was there any jealousy involved? That if this man continues to give development, people will admire him and they will ask him to stand against you? Is that what it was? That now you started cooking up stories? If you did it, if it's not cooking up stories, then tell the Zambians what it is, what you are investigating. Because the poor man today, we could read in between the lines where he said he is withdrawing and he meant well. He just did not want to accuse the current government. But the current government, enough is enough. People have eyes to see. They are watching you. You know, again, I say, they will talk to you in the ballot box. Be careful. And Zambians are not here to give you time. You had enough time. You had so many years to prepare. If you were being helped from foreign forces, were you being helped so that you could give back that which doesn't belong to you entirely?
Nick, if the help that was given, if they were given the help, the money went into their bank accounts. Because in this past election, UPN didn't dish out money. The people who are dishing out money is PF. So because we sacrificed, like me, I didn't work for 6 months. I was campaigning. So if these people, I don't know. I think the other thing, there is not only the tax holiday. I'm going to read here a quotation, I quote, Dr. Musoko Twani in 2021 asked the mines to deduct their MRT before paying taxes to ZRA. Immediately he became Minister of Finance. That was when he made their taxes deductible. So you see, this government is impoverishing people. But Musoko Twani they're tax deductible, meaning they don't have to pay the taxes. And then we are complaining to say, why don't we have money? Because the copper is the main source of income in Zambia. Tax holiday, but they make their tax deductible. That's why instead of using those things to increase miners' salaries, you know, by maybe said, go through my comments. On my page, read what people are saying, what people are going through in this government, what poverty this government have subjected our people to. Health sector is pathetic.
Queen Mpumi, let's just read some comments. Rogers Mubanga has said, even giving free entry visas to foreigners when Zambians are required to pay. I would like to think free entry visas should be something bilateral. That if you give free entry visas to someone, it should be a bilateral affair, that Zambians can also enjoy that, you know. Yes, Mr. Mwanga, I did read about free entry visas being given to about 5 countries. And I wondered why. I am yet to know whether the Zambians are also enjoying the same thing, you know?
Yes, because when I told you I came to Zambia, and they were people like Irish nationals, they entered free without paying, and Zambians were paying. So where is Muzunguwanga, like our Mwandidi? We made a mistake. You know, honestly, I don't care. You can call me whatever. I'm bitter. I have nothing to lose. I really have nothing to lose, to be honest with you all. There's nothing in it for me as a person. What I'm doing here is for humanity, to help the poor people. I have nothing in it. I have nothing. Even I campaigned already.
You know, Queen Mpumi, I said it before, and
it's because we need patriotic Zambia to take Zambia forward. Now, there's a video I posted yesterday of my neighborhood where I live. This is what other countries are doing in the whole world, improving lifestyles of their people. But this you don't buy impoverish abantu. Kumainde kufume mpia bapera tax holiday, bapera tax deduction. That we call it. Fertilizer bapera uli omulume wakwa nandi. One of the ministers got the fertilizer deal contract, which is a lot of money. Now look at what happened. The same minister twalandako ali samkutu shauta tulela ndomungulu. Uneni abantu fo bali akana fertilizer muma medashua. Where? Abantu bali akana fertilizer muma meda. And up to now, certain parts of the country, tabala poke la fertilizer.
Queen Mpumi, Zambians need an explanation on the Ndambo issue.
Yes.
We demand an explanation. The same way Zambians need an explanation on Nelly Mutti. Nelly Mutti, pay back the money. Pay back the money, Nelly Mutti.
You know, just on that, somebody today wrote me, Madam Pumi, I thought you were staunch UPND. First of all, just for the record, I have never been UPND. I have never carried a UPND card. but I supported the vision. Now, whenever I send Bally to Pamela, I saw Bally campaigning with Pamela and saying, we are all Zambians. Every Zambian, take it upon yourself. I listened to him and I accepted his vision. That's why I campaigned for Bally. I've never been UPND. I've never been. I just supported the Bally's vision, which has turned out to be a sham. So,
Queen Mpumi, even if you supported UPND and you carry the card, let me tell you something. Should you go with that to your grave? If they are doing wrong, you must shut up.
No.
I supported PF in 2011 all the way until 2016. I supported them. So when you see that something is not going right, should you continue to stay in that party? The answer is no. That party is not your inheritance that you would take with you to your grave. So you have the right of association. And so if you belong to any organization, any political party, you have a right to leave when you feel you are not getting what you deserve in that organization. Should you carry that blame game on your back for the rest of your life? I have even won regalia of PF. I supported PF in 2011 like no man's business. But when I saw that things were not going correct, I needed not to stand on a mountain and denounce my support. I was not a public figure to go and stand on a mountain and say, I've left. Who was I going to announce to? How many people know me for me to go and stand? I was not, let me just take an example. I was not a Mumbipiri who could go to a media or a Jean or you know, or in Kanduluo who could go to the media and say, today, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to tell you that I have left the PF government. I left at my own will, in my own house. I did not need to explain to anybody. So Queen Mpumi, do not feel that you owe anyone an explanation. Even if you've won regalia, it is your right of association. And it's your right to come out when you feel things are not correct. It's everybody's right to give checks and balances and criticize where it is due. You know, having said that, you know, I want to say social media postings are things that we have to be very careful with. These days, social media has expanded so much, such that it influences the elections. And, you know, now the elections, the way they are going, people campaign so much on social media because you don't have time to sit in a group and interact and choose your leaders. So they choose their leaders with their voices, you know. They just go on social media and advance a subject and propound on that subject what they would like to see this new government do. You understand? So when you go and bash your friends to say, oh, you are being interviewed, oh, Mudishan, you are president, atawe taturi wino tule chula, and you dangle 2 sachets of cooking oil. 2 sachets of cooking oil. Now, there's a video that came out, Queen Mpumi, you played it the other day. Even the 2 sachets, people cannot afford them anymore. Imagine. They can't afford them anymore. You condemned your friends that the high rise in petroleum products is because the previous government were not doing their politics right. And that is why we were found with very high prices of petroleum products, when in fact it was not the case. So Speak the truth. This petroleum product problem is worldwide. So had you spoken the truth, people would have listened to you today.
Yes.
If you came out and said, no, 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 on this, I do not blame the current regime. The problem is worldwide. We do not manufacture oil in Zambia.
Yes.
You know. But when you come out negative in your campaign promises, and then you want to justify yourself, first of all, you want to justify yourself when now you're sitting on the throne. That's where you find people criticizing you, because you asked for it. You asked for it. Thank you, Queen Mpumi.
Thank you, people. If you're just joining, we are here. We are talking about this high poverty level in Zambia. And I posted a picture of a to Pamela, now called to Bally, on my page. And people were castigating me to say I wanted a job. You know what? I'm going to make my last comment on this to Bally thing, and then we move on to the next thing. If you create a weapon to kill somebody or to destroy somebody, that same weapon will be used to destroy you. Let us not use malice in our political deliberations. Our political leaders, let us not tell people lies to get to power. And then once you are in power, you close your ears and start doing things which are against what you are promoting. We are here as human rights activists to stand up for human rights. We need to stand up for our rights and for those of others. I have just said that 53% of Zambian, they are under 17 years. Most people can't talk for themselves. Most of their population, 9 million, they don't even know what's happening. Does a 17-year-old have a smartphone to come and start asking Bally about his promises? No. It will take people like you and me to stand up for the oppressed. And the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights calls on everybody to stand up for human rights. They stand up for human rights. Everyone, Zambia, stand up for human rights. Hold your leaders accountable. The money they are using to fly all around the world is not their money. It is your money. It is public fund. The money they are using to buy those Land Cruisers, to build those expensive mansions. Wow, you people live in shanty townships. It is your money. Demand they build you affordable good homes for you as well. It is their job. I have seen that his house is being renovated. There is a story going online to say, why is the president renovating his house in Yukasama? You know why he's renovating his house in Yukasama? Because it is important to have a good house. It is $1 million home. But you know what? He's putting himself first. He's renovating his house in Yukasama. What about our people in Mississippi, in Mandevu and all other squatter townships, in Lusaka, who don't even have clean water and sanitation? This is what we are saying. Things are wrong. Things are wrong. Things are not going the way we expected. When you have children, you take care of your children first. You don't start taking care of your interests first. You start renovating your mansion. When your children, in Kitwe, land is being repossessed from settlers. This is happening under this new Dawn government. People are being displaced. We have no comment from plot 1. And if that's why I am just blocking them. I am blocking you. Thank God for Facebook. Because Facebook, if I block you, even if you create another account, it will still know it is you. They have artificial intelligence. They will still know it is you, and they will not allow you on my page. So I am just appealing Zambians here in Twika Tademwema, Zambia. We need to stand up for our rights. And the others, Zambia, 53%, no. Abali mu Zambia, no, mwebantu bakwalesa. 9 million Zambians are under 17 years of age. My people, if we don't talk for these people, they will be doomed. By the time they reach our age, they have nowhere. Ichalo chose bakashitisha, baleshitisha ichalo piece by piece. They are giving mining licenses, timber licenses, tax holidays, kubasungu. Where are Zambians in all this? This is the government who was voting to say they are going to change the lives of Zambians. Ama teachers, they were appointed. There is no accommodation. School, no accommodation. Somebody was saying, what about the 30th? Hey, please, is there no planning? They can't plan. They can't really plan. For 20 years, they couldn't really plan how they are going to pull this off. So I end here. I end here for now. I'm done. But things are
Thank
not
you,
right.
Queen.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Queen Mpumi. Just to end with you, before we move on to our next subject, I just want to reiterate that we are here to speak for all of you, the voiceless. You know, we are here to speak on behalf of our children's lives. The youth are being left out, they're being marginalized, they're being shunned, and yet they were the majority voters. These are the people who woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've never seen in my life the youth get up and go and exercise their right, a human right to vote in Zambia. But this time, you know, the campaign promises were that the youth will be considered in the leadership of this country. But please, you know, I think if I brought this subject, it will bring us back to, you're now going to take old people from 19 Fendera Uko to come and be part of your governing system. When are you going to consider the youth? You know? So it is high time, you know, every able-bodied Zambian should stand up and speak for their rights. They should speak for their rights. Only a few who are brave enough come out. If you speak valid things and you don't accuse, for me, I say he who accuses, who alleges must prove. So I will not allege something where I have no proof, but if you have information, bring that information forward. You know, we are speaking for all of you Zambians, and support is needed from all of you. If we see things going wrong in the country, we can only give guidance. And we don't mean evil, we don't mean bad. We just want people to enjoy the fruits of voting for any leader. Thank you, Queen Mpumi. I think we can move on to our main topic now. Queen Mpumi, you've muted.
Sorry. Welcome, guys. Main topic is the Zambian judiciary. And to kick off this topic about the Zambian judiciary, I'll share a personal story, guys. I'll share my run-in with the judiciary and how this Zambian judiciary has let me down for 23 years. The Zambian judiciary has let me down, and 3,000 of other people have been let down by the Zambian judiciary. And I'll give a short story, short history. So the short history is I retired under an IMF program, which was sponsored by the IMF to reduce the size of the civil service. They gave the money to GRZ to pay us our lump sum money. It was considered early retirement. So this program was in many other countries, not only Zambia. So this program was in Tanzania, I think Malawi and Botswana, a few other countries in the region had the same, were on the same program. So this program, it was under, is it MMD? But what happened, they stole from us. So the government stole from us. We only discovered later that our friends in other countries had received packages 100 times more than us. So we took this case to court so that the government can pay us the full amount which the IMF funded them. And we contracted Lukona Chambers under Nelly Mutti to be a lawyer to get this money from GRZ. So Nelly Mutti, who is now the Speaker of the National Assembly of Lukona Chambers, was contracted to fight, to help us get this money. Long story short, that case is still not paid. We are still not paid 23 years. It's been dragging from court after court. They have been ruling after ruling. GRZ is not paying the money, you know, which brought me to why I started campaigning, because HH said it's going to pay all outstanding retirees, and up to now I've not been paid. And then what really ticked me off is when I saw that Nelly Mutti was appointed Speaker of the National Assembly, and then I lost hope. I am just like, I am done with UPND. I campaigned for them, but them to appoint a speaker, somebody who's not even cleared by. So my point is, we as a country, our lawyers in Zambia are a problem. We saw that the former president, Valungu, had a case where he had something to do with a widow, but we still appointed him, accepted him to be a president. We have a Speaker of the National Assembly who has a case with 3,000 retirees, and the case is still pending. We are still have that woman as an honorable speaker. So this is why we are talking about this. Then I have other women who say, a group of women somewhere in the northern province who won a case, and the lawyer, the judgment was made, and the money, I think it was sent to the lawyer, but these women up to now, the lawyer hasn't paid them the money. So that's why we are talking to say, what kind of judiciary do we have in Zambia?
Thanks, Queen Mpumi. I really think the law should apply to everyone equally, regardless of their status in society, whether you are rich, poor, young, old, regardless of your gender, your race, your culture, or your religion. Credibility is also very important. Issues of whether the witness appears to be telling the truth in you giving your judgment, capacity of being believed, is there enough evidence? Is your testimony correct? Do you have witnesses? And also good justice has to be practiced. The quality of being just, impartial, and fair in executing your justice on anyone. You know, fair that merits rewards or punishment. And you see, that is why I think LAS has lost its credibility totally. Before, if legal practitioners erred in any way or another, they will be disbarred by LAS. But now, it's rarely the case, you know. And correct me if I'm wrong. After I heard your story about Nelly Mutti, I went on to do a bit of research and found that actually Nelly Mutti was paid the money and withheld an amount of about 51 million as lawyers' fees.
Imagine.
To represent you.
Imagine.
To represent you without your consent.
Imagine.
Without your consent.
Imagine.
51 million. when you go and approach a lawyer, there must be consent. That lawyer should actually tell you how much they will be charging you, either per hour or per day. And you consent to that. There's an agreement that you sign as a client and as your legal practitioner, you know. So I'm asking, did you sign any legal document to say?
That's why we took her to court. We took her to court. She was even arrested. She was arrested for that, and then she came out on bond. But for me, it's like we have that person. She's not cleared. That case is still pending. We have that person who has a civil case pending for investment funds for the clients. Now is the Speaker of the National Assembly, and he behaves like a saint. National Assembly, like her, she is a saint. Yeah. We say step down, go and declare your name there so that they pay us our money.
So it's a case of Chiwamila Mbuzi Kulumagara.
Yes, shame hypocrisy.
On this. Yeah, shame on this government. You know, people have come to you and you say the rule of law shall apply.
Imagine.
I remember. Yes, I do remember. And that was emphasized by the head of state. He loves using this word, very important. Very important. The rule of law shall be applied to only and everyone.
To selective. It is selective law. It is selective implementation of the law.
Yeah. So the rule of law is clearly not being applied. And that is why our police officers are so corrupt nowadays. Why do the police always align themselves to a ruling government? This is wrong. The police is there to serve and protect society, irregardless of their political affiliation. But it is you politicians that are making the law enforcing you know, men and women in the country be partisan. Stop it. Please stop it. You castigated them when you were in opposition. I remember the current president going to land in Chipata and he was denied access in Chipata. I felt so bad, Queen Mpumi, that day. I watched that program and I said, but PF, who are you to deny somebody the right to go in a province and campaign? Who are you? Using the police? Shame on you, PF. But lo and behold, it just took less than 1 year. You PND, you go all the way back and do what the people you removed are doing. When is this thing going to come to an end? And then you praise singers as busy saying, Fimba upoke. When you saw what the previous regime was doing and the current is just practicing the same, shame on you. So the police, be impartial, be fair to everyone. I have a case here at Woodlands Police. I'm not ashamed to talk about it. And that person who attacked one of my security men is aligned to a political party. And the police at Woodlands do not want to take that case to court. It happened in August. We are now in December. How long is that case going to sit at Woodlands Police?
So let me just answer someone. Pethiasi Chimbala Sepasezi. I was wondering where this noise is coming from now. I understand that it's because you're not given the package by HH and because Nelly Mutti was appointed the speaker. Pethias, the package is not from HH. My manner is from GRZ. And that deal is a legal matter. Go online, you'll find it. It's a public information. It's not a personal matter. Nelly Mutti was even picked up by police. She was arrested. It's there. Go to Law Association of Zambia. The records are there. It's personal to me, yes, but also personal to 3,000 other people who are fighting now as I speak. A lot of them, they are fighting for their graves. They are dead. We are fighting with their children. And this, let this be a lesson to all of you who are in public office. You better have cleaned the speck in your eye before you attack somebody. When you have, so you don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. Don't ascend to the throne through lies, because the same lies, people are going to use them against you. For me, even if I don't collect that package, it doesn't matter. I am already set in life. But there are orphans there in Zambia. They are still waiting to collect that money. And we are fighting. Now I'm not only fighting for my money, I'm also fighting for people who didn't get fertilizer. People who are dying today because New Dawn hasn't bought medicine in the hospital.
Thank you, Queen Mpumi. The person who just wrote about noise, I really want to say to you, noise?
Yeah.
Noise?
Is it
Seriously. We respect each and every one of you that come onto this program. And so we equally deserve respect. You know, I don't think we have ever used abusive words to anybody who has written a comment here. So whatever you post, exercise some respect. Now, I would like to go on to Mr. Himonga Monga. He says you have the right to talk and express your opinions, but government has a diverse way of looking at things, even on some matters you don't understand. People come on these platforms, want to convince everyone that they know and understand what they're talking about, when in actual sense, they don't understand. Mr. Himonga, thank you for coming back, for coming on this page. If you, Mr. Himonga, you understand the way government do things, we invite you to be a guest of speaker on this program. Maybe you can enlighten us, since you seem to know how government operates. But in my own little a way that I have served in this country, I equally have knowledge of how each and every government operates. Government operates differently. So if you know something about how the UPND operates, with all due respect, sir, we will invite you on this program so that you can tell us how they operate, since you seem to have facts. Thank you very much.
And let me tell him, he doesn't know any facts. He is not even exposed. He is used to government in Zambia operating on Turiemo. That's why we are here to educate you Zambians to say, do not fall Turiemo type of governance. This is what is holding Zambia back. We are here to kill that disease of corruption and the Turiemo. Zambians have been brainwashed to think that if somebody who is talking what the government is doing wrong is the enemy, is making noise. And that's why I am here. I decided to be a human rights advocate, to educate people, to say it is your right to speak against your government. It is your right to demand the campaign promises. Let them deliver. You don't have to wait for 5 years to vote them out, because in that 5 years, how many people would have died? How many missed opportunities are you going to miss because of the lies? Meanwhile, by the end of the 5 years, they'll be richer than richer. They'll be stinking rich. Meanwhile, you let them do whatever they want without holding them accountable. That's why we are here to say this system of Zambian politics must stop. You have to check them out and hold them accountable. They have to deliver. But they will not sleep. They will start losing sleep until they start promising. And all of you know your right. Zambia. That's why Demi Sambidi shall come here to educate you. 53% of the Zambian waiche. No sana. But with our young generation. I have nothing to lose myself. Hello, if you call it noise, whatever you call it, you'll be hearing it. Whatever you call it, I don't care. The fact is, a fact is a fact.
And if you do not want to listen to noise, simply exit the page.
Exactly.
With all due respect. Simply exit. Apostle Rachel Botta says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Amen.
We thank you, Apostle Botta. It is true, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. The police give impartial treatment to everybody. That is what giving to Caesar is all about. Laws control these legal councils because they represent society. That is what giving to Caesar is all about. Good justice. Give good quality justice. That's what giving to Caesar is all about. Be credible. Yes, Queen Mpumi.
So I just want to say we must change the current system because these judges, they are appointed by the president. So these judges, they are loyal to the appointing authority. So do we know that this is how the presidents control the systems? Because judiciary actually runs the country. We saw even here in the United States, and Lungu did the same. So we just need to change to make our judges elected so that they are loyal to the people who elected them, not to appointing authority.
Thank you, Queen Mpumi. We really need to change our laws. We must make positions of speakers to be elective. We must make positions of judges to be elective based on merit, because it has been a norm that every government that comes on will remove previous judges and appoint new judges that will favor them in any cases. It has happened time immemorial, not only in Zambia. You've seen it has happened in the USA. Look at what happened in Kenya, for example. You know, you want judges to rule in favor of you. And then sometimes judges also get fed up. They will rule against you. Let's just take a look of what happened to Uhuru Kenyatta. His own judges ruled against him. That is what now people have come to do. They are tired of being used by politicians. So one day these judges you appoint, mark my words, they will rule against you because they are also human beings. Moreover, we don't even know the political parties the judges are affiliated to. You may think they are affiliated to you, when in fact not. They keep it in their heart. I'm a Catholic, I'll tell you one thing. A Catholic judge will never wear her or his rosary outside. It's always inside their gown. Inside their gown. So, if they can, and why do they do that? It is because they do not want, when they are passing judgment on someone, someone uses their faith to go against them. You understand? And so be careful how we appoint these judges. We na azakalila one of these days. The same judicial system will gang up on you and judge against you. Thank you, Queen Mpumi.
And just my last comments before I go, I just want to say that we have seen in Zambia that the judiciary is only, the law in Zambia is implemented where the poor are involved. A poor person will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But the rich person, they walk out of a police station. There is injustice. There is a injustice. Kuti mwandini. And we thought you don't yala chinja kwefi to nombele china West Napoleon. And I was just reading a comment to say they are favoring foreigners. Yes, they are favoring foreigners foreigners, look at what they have done to Ndambo. Zambia, trying to help Zambia. But it's frustrate. Operations in Zambia. But meanwhile, look at all the businesses of foreigners in Zambia. That's why that you Zambian, we don't love each other for Zambian. You don't see a license revoked of a Chinese. To mistreating people, beating people, you can take me wherever you want. Foreigners in Zambia, they have more respect than our own people. But foreigners, they are respected. And we say no to that. We want a day where a Zambian businessman will hold high esteem, enjoy favors from the government. Deliberate policy must be in black and white to empower Zambians, not Ifile who has been there. That's why people are saying this new Dawn government, by the time we reach 2026, it will be a full-blown dictatorship. Mark my words. Before I'm just saying now, this is my advice. If a police officer comes to arrest you, take his name. Because the police officer, they are sworn allegiance to the country, not to a president or to a politician. Police officers don't allow these politicians to use you, because the day is coming when you police officers are going to be prosecuted in your individual capacity for failing to do your duties. If you arrest somebody illegally, you are failing to do your duty and you can be prosecuted. I end here.
Unfortunately, Queen Impumi, first of all, I want to read Apostle Rachel Bota. She has just confirmed that, you know, judges are ruling against politicians, that it's happening in Holland. Well, there you are, guys. You know, it just takes one person to start, you know, and it will go viral. You politicians are making monsters of these judges. You are making monsters, you know, of these judges. Every time there's a new regime, judges are changed to favor you in your cases. Cases go from constitutional court, they move back to high court. We don't even know which is which now. We are lost. We don't even know which court to follow.
Imagine.
Yes. Cases are taking 30 years. HH lamented badly when he was incarcerated for 127 days. And he promised to exercise the rule of law. You promised to exercise the rule of law. But it's not being practiced. It is not, Kanshi, if you don't have somebody to campaign for you, for your case to be heard quickly, you rot in jail. You really rot in jail.
In a filthy jail. We have heard of the conditions.
The police, unfortunately, Queen Impumi in Zambia, you can't even, if a police comes to your door, the police are selective. The police will come depending on which hierarchy is sending them to come and exercise an arrest. Normally, a policeman should just bring a call out to you. And period, and you go the next day. Now, why should the police use force on you as if you are refusing to come to the police station? As if you are a terrorist, you know? I mean, truth be told, Queen Impumi, I was very sad. Tayali can say whatever he says, but the manner in which he was arrested was wrong. All they needed to do was give a call out and the person goes, you know. But now you are not even afforded the chance to know which officer is coming to arrest you. Queen Impumi, you say, get their name. It's not possible in Africa. In Zambia, unfortunately, it doesn't work out like that. They come and pick you and bundle you. If you have people to talk on your behalf, now social media is working. Sometimes they even grab your telephones. They grab them away from you. you know. So another dictatorial regime comes out, another one comes in. PF was also equally a dictatorial regime. And I would like to say UPND is also practicing the same. It is slowly degenerating into a dictatorial regime. So what are you doing that is different from your predecessors? Tell us. Before we close this program, Queen Mpumi, I want Nelly Mutti to pay back the money. Nelly Mutti should pay back the money. Somebody who knows her, let her come out and tell us what is the truth about this case, where we stand on the case of 30,000 civil servants that are still crying out for their money to be paid. Number one. Number two, I would like, tomorrow we'll have another topic. Can we have a Zambian who will come on the platform and tell us why this government has given a tax regime to foreigners? We demand an answer. Since Mr. Hamonga seems to be very well vested in the affairs of governance, probably he can be our guest speaker and he can tell us why the government has given tax holidays. Thank you, Queen Mpumi.
Yes, Nelly Mutti, she is honorable. You can't be sitting there on the throne in the National Assembly behaving to be a saint and threatening not to pay people. When you are doing the same, you took our money. The case is there. About 51 million sure as a lawyer. This is why we are saying, you know what? This whole government system is protected by politicians, the judiciary. Judiciary is protected by politicians. And we find that now all the judiciary, politics. Why have all of a sudden there's the influx of all lawyers? They all want to be politicians. Why? Because they want to protect their cases.
Queen Mpumi, one more thing. We also want to know what will happen to Mary Banana. We want to know. The government owes us an explanation. The case has gone quiet, yet she continues to serve as DEC Director General. We need to know.
Hello, you might suspend sexual content.
Yes. But it has gone quiet. She's not suffering any suspension. If you can do it to Munia Zulu.
Immorality, and how can we discipline our young kids when you are failing to discipline our Kalamba? Who are doing if you have video Vubu MP, then each one to suspend the Vubu MP. Is it suspended?
No. So the law is selective.
Yes.
Let the law apply to each and every Zambian. Everybody. Yes. The president inclusive.
Yes.
Because he has propounded on the rule of law. And so let it apply to each and every member of society.
Rule of law, bring it on woman's sake. So once you should refuse. If they come and arrest you, refuse. To say, why are you arresting me? Let's go and arrest cheating. Have a list of all the people who have offenses. They should arrest them before they come to you. Because it seems that they are overloaded with work. So why should they rush to a fresh case? Let them rush kuma cases. Let them follow the list. There is no way umuntu atukana lelo bayamkhumwikata. But yama cases ayakale pending. We are tired for when Zambian Kwanaka. I don't thank God for social media.
Queen Mpumi, unfortunately in Zambia, if the police comes to arrest you, you have no right of refusing because what they practice is dictatorship.
No,
It
but I think
happened.
at this point, my dear, we are going to start reporting these things to Interpol, International Police and International Criminal Court, because Zambia, our politicians, our leaders are subjecting the citizens to criminality, to crimes against humanity. Zambia, you are not
Yeah.
above the law. We don't freaking care. You can be the president, the IG of Zambia Police. That's why there are organizations like Interpol, International Criminal Court. They realize that there are dictators in this country who are oppressing their people.
Unfortunately, if they come to arrest you, they will bundle you like an animal. I saw it happened in Chiluba's government. I saw it happen in the PF. I'm seeing it happen in the UPND. Nothing
And I am
has
here
changed.
to give you information. Just go, anyone, let's start reporting them. International Criminal Court report a case. Everything is on the internet. You can report someone. They'll start investigating. And if they have enough evidence, they will come, but Interpol will be on their door. Their job is to humanity. Their job is to save humanity, protect your citizen, provide basic human rights. Your job is not there to frustrate people. And that's human rights, the goal from United Nations. It says we all should fight for our rights and the rights of others. So everyone should do it. So because that is a crime against humanity. And we are going to start reporting these matters to Interpol because they're just changing from PF now the UPND.
Yeah. If Uhuru Kenyatta could be called to the Hague, who are these new ones?
Yes.
He was called together with Ruto.
Yeah.
And then he was discharged. Whether fairly or unfairly, I don't know. But soon it's going to be happening. Our children are growing up and their system of governing is going to change. It will be different from what their forefathers are doing.
Anyway, so we are here tomorrow, guys. We are here same time. Our topic by the request of Rachel Botha. She wants to talk about divorce. We just saw a celebrity couple which got married after a year. They are divorcing. And also we are being told that women are not being granted divorce certificates by the judiciary. So you, Rachel, I'm inviting you. You can be a special guest speaker. I'll try to do my research as well on divorces. Actually, we talk about women. And another woman was killed by her husband there in Lusaka over the weekend. So we'll talk about women. Say, Banamayo, if a marriage is not working out, leave. There is life after divorce. You see all these warning signs. Do not stay in a marriage where the warning signs are there. You know, warning signs are always there. Do not give time. Do not let the devil win by allowing somebody to kill you because you didn't want to live. So tomorrow we'll talk about a plight of women, divorces, how they are mistreated by the judiciary and by husbands. So thank you, guys. Mama and Nick, you have a comment before we go?
Well, just as usual, to keep everyone motivated, that we very few of us gathered together and decided to share the little wisdom that we have in giving good checks and balances to the government. We are not here to accuse or anything, but we are giving checks and balances. If you feel you have any proof to the contrary, you are most welcome to join in the program. We will continue. We are not women of insults, so if you do come on this program, kindly come with respect. We will answer where we are able to. And as usual, to our viewers, to people who comment, we thank you immensely for coming onto this program, and your contribution is always valued. Thank you very much, Queen Mpumi.
Thank you. So Rachel says a woman is willing to talk, so bring her on. Bring our sister on, and we are going to expose this injustice. We are going to. It's time women, Zambian women have been sidelined, where we only have 3 women in parliament. Who does that? Who does that? 3 women in parliament when over 50% of the Zambian population is women.
I think, Queen Mpumi, let's correct that narrative. I think we have labor in parliament, community, health, information, which is Chushika Sanda. I'm told we have 5. Can somebody help us with the 5th one? We only have 5 women in parliament, so I've just forgotten the 5th
ministers. How many ministers? 3?
No, all these 5 are ministers. The Minister
Okay.
of Labor, Community Development, Health, Sylvia Masebo, Information, Chushika Sanda, Labor, Tamba Tamba.
Yeah.
So there's 1 missing. We have 5.
Oh, okay.
But
Thank
still,
you for that. It's
but
nothing.
still not good enough.
It's not good enough. In Rwanda, it's 61%. Even here in America, it's 24 women. Everywhere they are increasing, but we are decreasing, you know? When we are majority of the voters.
Yeah.
All right, my people, see you tomorrow. We are here. We have a guest speaker. She will be talking about her struggle with the judiciary to get a divorce. Thank you, people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Love you. See you tomorrow. Same
In
time.
case, Queen Mpumi, in case we've forgotten, our very own Chiengi MP and the Kabwe MP is also representing the Zambians in
We
parliament.
need more women. We need 50% women. Yes.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye.